Hi lovelies, welcome. My name is Annie and this is See My Bliss _beauty. Today I thought I'd show you how I got this New Year's Eve inspired look using the Lime Crime Venus Immortals palette and these multi-chrome flakes from Beauty Bar Baby. If you are interested in seeing that, why don't you just hang around and we will get started. Okay, we are going to try this again. I had started an eye look, did not like the direction it was headed, and wiped it off. So today I'm going to be using the Lime Crime Venus Immortals palette to do a New Year's Eve inspired look. I'm going to go in the opposite direction that I normally go. I normally lay my dark shadows down first, but because my darkest shadow is a black and I'm going to go in pretty heavy with it, I think I'm going to save that for last and start with the lighter shades. So I'm going to do something I never use, and I'm going to take this shade here in the shade Cameo. It is just a kind of typical transition shade. I'm going to take that on a fluffy blending brush. This one is from Alamar Cosmetics, and I am just going to blend that up here just to give the other shadows that I lay down something to blend into. Now this is pretty much exactly the same shade as my skin, so you can't see at all anything that I'm doing right now. I just want to give the gray shadow that I'm going to go in with next something to kind of blend into, because when I tried to use it earlier it just kind of stuck. So I'm going to be a little careful, and I'm going to pick up the shade Ash, which is this shade here, on my Luxie tapered blending brush. This is the 231. Gently tap into that, and I am going to kind of dab to begin with. I'm not going to go straight in and, full pigment blend. I'm just going to slightly kind of place the shadow, and then I'll go in and blend it out. Gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna go back in with that shade Cameo and just blend the top of that and see if I can get that to be a little bit more smooth. Again, it looks way patchier on my viewfinder than it does in my mirror, so I'm not sure what is happening there. We'll see. I could have made a terrible mistake with this palette. Perhaps Teresa was correct, and this is the worst makeup release of 2019. I don't know. Maybe I just suck at makeup. That could be it too. I am not a professional. My day job has nothing to do with makeup, so there's that. Okay, I guess I'm gonna leave it there before I make it even worse. So now going into the shade Unseen, which is, of course, the black there. I am going to gently go into that and tap off any excess on my brush. And I am going to deepen up this outer corner. I went in way too hard with black before. Way too hard. It's pretty pigmented black. And it stuck down pretty well to my primed eyes. I don't set my primer. I'm trying not to take this too far in. I want this area to be a little more open today. And I'm probably, even though I'm using black, I'm probably going to go in and line and do, a winged liner, because as we all know on this channel, I'm obsessed with the multi-chrome flakes. And so I'm thinking I'm going to use them and see how they work over like a black liner and how that looks. So yeah, because I cannot get enough of those flakes. Going back in with my tapered blending brush, I am just going to blend that black out a little bit more. I'm going to blend everything together. Again, not wanting this area to be too dark, but we shall see. Now, do I cut the crease today or what? I think I have to because of the mess that I've made everywhere. Maybe the liner will save it. And now I'm just going to go back in with that fluffy blending brush and blend along the top, maybe a little bit more of Cameo. I'm kind of using my viewfinder as my mirror right now. Maybe that's a mistake. Everything's a mistake today. So again, I don't know. Sometimes it looks like hell until you put your base products on, and that fixes everything. Okay, so I think I am going to cut my crease. So of course I'm going to take my Becca Ultimate Coverage Concealer. It's what I always use to cut my crease. And I'm going to take that on my little flat Luxie small shader. Again, I've said this, I've said this before, but I swear this thing has shrunk. And we are just going to cut the crease. So I think I'm going to use 2 of these shades in here today. And I think I'm gonna lay down a glitter glue. I typically do lay a glitter glue down when I just use a, sorry. Things are like rocking and rolling here. I typically do use a glitter glue when I go in with a metallic shadow or really any shimmer, just because I think it really makes it pop. So I'm going to use the shade, what is this, Hail? Yes, Hail and Marble. So Marble is this white shade here. It looks pretty white in the pan, but in real life it does have some shimmer. Maybe I will actually swatch that to decide if I wanna, I don't know, maybe I'm not going to use that on my lid. I think it'll be a nice brow bone highlight, maybe inner corner highlight as well. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna use Hail on my lid, which is this silver shade here. And let's see, that's pretty. I think that's the direction I'm going to go in. That's what it looks like swatched. Again, I don't think that swatches are necessarily a true measure of how a shadow is going to perform once it gets on your eye. But when you just want trying to get a sense of what the color looks like outside of the pan, then it's useful. These are not the creamiest, butteryish shimmers I've ever used. So there is that. So I definitely think I want to use, excuse me, my NYX glitter primer here, and I'm just going to take it on the same little flat brush that I used to cut my crease. And I usually just squirt some onto my brush. I know some people put it on their fingers and blah, 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 but I don't have time for that. I don't have a sink near me and I don't want to have to go wash my hands. Okay, so we're just gonna paint that on the same shape that we cut the crease there. I could probably have just gotten away with using the glitter glue and not the concealer, but hey. And I'm just gonna kind of tap this out on the edge again. I probably have glitter glue all in my lashes now. Okay. And now I'm going to go in with my finger to start, picking up that shade Hail, and we are just going to tap it over that glue. When I do this, I often will use a different finger, especially if my glue is really tacky, so that I don't go in and put a layer of glue on top of the shadow in the pan and ruin that. So I'm just wiping my fingers off now, and I'm gonna go in and pick up a little bit more. And then we will go in with a flat shader brush. This one is just from Olimar Cosmetics. It's just a synthetic black shader. And we'll go in and make sure we get this all the way to the edges. So this shadow's doing okay. It's not the best metallic shadow I have ever used. It's not the worst metallic shadow I have ever used. So, I mean, it's fine for what it is. I mean, it's pretty enough, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty enough. I like it. Now I'm going to go back in and using my little crease brush here, no extra shadow, I'm just going to kind of tap over the edges there to meld the mattes into the shimmer. I don't know how I feel about having a really harsh cut crease today, honestly, so I'm going to actually blend over that crease as well, just to kind of diffuse that a little bit. Again, no additional product on my brush. I just kind of want to smush it all together. Let's see, where's my, there it is. Now I'm going to pick up my tapered blending and do the same. Maybe a little bit more of that shade Ash, because I feel like some of it got lost. I don't know how I feel about this look, you guys. I really don't. Again, hopefully the liner will save it. Okay, so I'm going to apply my black liner off camera because it takes me ages to do. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll come back and decide which of the multi-chrome flakes I want to put over the liner. I may go for something totally out there. We'll see. So I will be right back to show you guys that. Okay, so I went ahead and did my other eye, and as you probably know by now, you have to have a sticky base with these multi-chrome flakes in order for them to stay on your eye. So I am just going to line that eyeliner. I'm going to cover it all up there with some of my NYX glitter primer. I think that will do. And then we'll see if this really small brush works or not. This is what I usually use for if I'm using like something liquid for an eyeliner that's not in a pen. I'll use my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12. We'll see if these picks up these flakes. I want to be as precise as possible with these today. So wish me luck. Forgot to tell you, I am using the shade, Urania, yes, Urania in the flakes. And these of course are from Beauty Bar Baby. I will link them in the description box. So again, trying to be as careful and precise as I can with these today. Hopefully I make it before my glue dries. I don't know if you can see that. Lyra might have been a better choice, but I've gone with this. Now I feel like I should be going to Star Wars, but nope, I'm going to see Little Women today looking like this. Isn't it grand? All right, I'm going to go ahead and I think on the other eye, I'm going to just do the glue in stages. So I'll start over here. Just put, okay. I am a mess. I've got them all in my eyelashes. Got them kind of, okay, literally all over my face. But I really like the way that looks. I'm very happy with that. However, I will say this about these flakes. I think to do a graphic liner like this, I honestly, as much as it pains me to say it, think that glitter is a better option. Smaller particles are just probably a better option, especially if you want like a clean line. If you don't care if it's a little chunky along the edges, then these are great. I don't know that you can, I catch the shift a little bit better on this one. Yeah, so I don't think that they're like, this is the best use for these. I think these really shine when you use them on their own. But if you haven't seen, this is just a little cap. Look at how beautiful this is. If it will focus, camera, focus. There we go. Look at how absolutely gorgeous that is as the light changes. I mean, I'm just in love with these. I'm literally in love with them. Okay, so that does it so far for the eyes. Got them everywhere. Maybe I'll go ahead and go in and highlight my brow bone right now. I'll probably at the end go in and do it again. But I am just going to pick up this little tiny like shading brush here and go into the shade Marble, which is that white shade. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, a little bit of sparkle, glitter happening there. And we are going to highlight my brow bone and see if that kind of lifts the lid up a little bit. And then obviously I'm going to need to clean up my face. I'm going to go ahead and do that, put on my complexion products, and I will be back to finish up the lower lash line. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done my complexion products, and I just added a little bit of black liner to my waterline, and we're going to go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to go into the shade Ash, which is again that gray shade, and I'm very carefully going to just slightly tap my tapered blending brush in there, and I'm going to hopefully apply it nicely along my lower lash line. I do want to connect it here to the outer corner. And just kind of smoke that up. I don't think I'm actually going to go in with any more black than I've already got on my waterline, just because I don't want the black to take over. I want to try to keep my lower lash line as light as I can with a look like this. If this eye looks red, I like stabbed myself while I was doing my eyeliner, and I swear there's something in there. Probably a cat hair if I had to guess, but I cannot find it or get it out for the life of me, so hopefully my tears will just wash it away. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave it like that for my lower lash line. For my inner corner, we are going to try that shade Marble again, and I'm going to stick it there to, oh yeah, it actually works quite well for an inner corner highlight, especially since I've got so much else going on. It's not the brightest, most reflective, but that's okay. I don't need that with this look. Normally I like a really bright, really reflective highlight. But I think today, with everything else I've got happening, especially with that liner, I just want to brighten things up a little bit in there without it being too reflective. Okay, so I think I'm happy with the way that is looking. What I'm not happy with today is my complexion products. I am kind of on a use up what I have kick. Oh gosh, no, I just smudged my lipstick. Use up what I have kick right now, so I'm kind of going through all my old foundations and everything and trying to use them. And I don't love this one. This is one from Clinique that I think I got, like I would never actually buy a Clinique foundation. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's true. But I think I got it for free as like a diamond perk at Ulta or something. I'm just gonna put some mascara on, if I can find it. And then, okay, so this is the final eye look using the Lime Crime Venus Immortals palette and those flakes from Beauty Bar Baby. I'm actually really pleased with how it came out. It's a little different with those flakes as the liner, but I think it adds a little more interest rather than just a black and silver look. So we are going to zoom out and I will kind of give you my final thoughts on this palette. All right, so aesthetically, I think this is a really pretty palette. It's beautiful to look at on the outside. The packaging's nice. I do wish it was just slimmer instead of like this thicker like box. I don't see the point of having it in a box this thick, but I guess it goes along with the other lines. It does have a nice mirror, so there's that. And the shades are, you know, while very neutral, because this is kind of a black and white theme, they're very pretty. They applied well. The black is super pigmented, so I'd say be careful. Is this the best palette I've ever used? No. Is it the worst palette I've ever used? No. It's just kind of right there in the middle. I probably won't, unfortunately, get a lot of use here in my house. I will keep it. I will hold on to it. But yeah, it's a little neutral for me. It's great for a look like this, and I am very happy I did this. And possibly, I think, paired with other shades of Flakes, I think this could be like actually a pretty cool palette. But again, it probably won't get a ton of use for me because I tend to gravitate towards more colorful shadows. Anyways, enough of my rambling. My cat is over here like cleaning himself. So I'm sorry if you hear licking, smacking, jerking sounds. It's the way of the world in my house. It's either the cats or the guinea pigs. So there you have it. Anyways, ramble, ramble, ramble. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit the like button down below. And while you're there, why don't you scooch on over and hit his friend, the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell. It will notify you every time I upload. And I hope you all have a fabulous day, and hopefully I can get this up before New Year's, since it is kind of a New Year's inspired look. So hopefully you all have a fabulous New Year's. Bye.